Imagine if the best version of your life had already happened, not because you reached your dreams, but because you stopped growing. Think about that for a moment. What if your greatest achievement is already behind you? For many people, that's exactly what happens. They peak in school or university or their first job or their 20s. Then, without even realizing it, they spend the next 40 years trying to relive a version of themselves that no longer exists. And that's one of the quietest tragedies of modern life. We often hear people say, "Those were the best years of my life." Sometimes they're talking about high school, sometimes college, sometimes the first years of their career. It sounds nostalgic, almost harmless. But hidden inside that sentence is something dangerous. Because if your best years are already behind you, what reason is left to keep becoming? The truth is, human beings are not designed to reach one destination and remain there forever. We're designed to adapt, to learn, to evolve. The problem begins the moment growth is replaced by comfort. Success is a beautiful thing, but success has a hidden side. It whispers, "You've made it. You've done enough. You can slow down now." And slowly, curiosity disappears. Discipline weakens. Learning becomes optional. Progress becomes comfortable. Imagine climbing a mountain. The higher you go, the more beautiful the view becomes. You finally reach the summit. You celebrate. You rest. There's nothing wrong with that. But imagine deciding to build a house on that summit. Never climbing another mountain again. Never exploring another landscape. Never becoming stronger than you already are. That isn't success. It's stagnation, wearing the mask of success. Psychologists have noticed something interesting. The human brain loves familiarity. Once you've achieved something meaningful, it naturally tries to preserve that identity. If you were known as the smart one, you begin protecting that reputation. If you became successful once, you begin fearing failure more than pursuing growth. Instead of asking, "What can I become next?" you begin asking, "How do I avoid losing what I already have?" That's the moment growth quietly slows, because fear is no longer pushing you backward. Comfort is. This is why many extraordinary people stop evolving. Not because they lose talent, because they lose curiosity. Children ask hundreds of questions every week. Adults often stop asking altogether. Some people spend years becoming experts, then stop becoming students. Yet every remarkable person shares one quiet habit. They remain beginners. Again and again and again. Every new skill humbles them. Every challenge reminds them how much remains to learn. That's why they continue growing while others slowly stand still. The world often celebrates early success, young millionaires, young athletes, young entrepreneurs. But history tells a different story. Many of the world's most meaningful achievements happened later in life. Because wisdom compounds, experience compounds, character compounds, just like interest in a bank account. Growth becomes more valuable the longer you invest in it. The goal was never to peak early. The goal is to keep rising. Imagine two trees. The first grows quickly. It becomes tall within a few years. Then it stops. The second grows slowly, almost unnoticed. Year after year, its roots become deeper. Its trunk becomes stronger. Decades later, the second tree stands taller than anyone expected. Real life often works the same way. Quiet consistency usually outlasts dramatic beginnings. Perhaps the greatest achievement isn't becoming exceptional at 25. Perhaps it's still becoming better at 50, still learning at 60, still dreaming at 70, still believing your best work has not yet been created. That's a very different way to live. Because every morning becomes an invitation instead of a memory. Every year becomes another chapter instead of another reminder of what used to be. So stop asking, when did I peak? Start asking, what mountain am I climbing now? Your future doesn't need to compete with your past. It only needs to be more intentional than yesterday. One book, one habit, one conversation, one uncomfortable step. These small decisions quietly build a life that never stops expanding. One day, someone may ask, when were the best years of your life? I hope your answer is simple. They haven't happened yet. This is the quiet upgrade. Small shifts, extraordinary lives. Until next time, stay curious, keep climbing, and never let your greatest achievement become your final destination.